I'm gonna go over some real and ladies and gentlemen, right after I go over this good information, I'll answer some questions at the end. Make sure you guys have a total understanding about what it is we do. Two rules about the call today. Number one, I've got everybody muted out, so please make sure your cameras be decent on camera, right? I get some of these calls and see some people on camera like, whoa, make sure you put some clothes on. That's a joke anyway. But let me tell you this, guys. My name is Lawrence Young. I live in Detroit, Michigan. I've been involved in this platform for almost a year now. But my wife and I, Ms. Tamara Young, we've been wildly successful in helping people and coaching people around the world, and really helping them level up from not only the mindset of winning, but mostly, getting people to understand the power of how money moves. We taught people a lot in the Forex and crypto space the last 8 years. And now we're just super excited to let people know that you can work smarter instead of harder. And that's one of the things I'm very, very keen on. A lot of people call me coach for a reason, because I'm real good to give you guys real good information to help you kind of change the hard drive from thinking the old way of thinking and kind of think anew the way the world is shifting. Because guys, a lot of things are happening right now. We see the economy, inflation is going through the roof, food is going up, gas is going up, electricity is going up, everything is going up, but your income is staying the same. So we have to make sure that we do some things that allow us to kind of, offset that, the inflationary, trajectory we have right now. And also you got to ask yourself a couple questions too. Do you have enough money to retire? That's one of the things that drives me on a day-to-day basis. Like, do I have enough, right? So I want you guys to really think about all these things tonight. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up some great information. What I want you to do is make an educated decision. In other words, make sure you watch all this information, make an educated decision if this sounds like something that you think that you can actually, plant your flag with, okay? Now, what our company is doing, one of the companies we partner with is a company by the name of Novatech FX. And again, my wife and I were real keen on putting people with the right type of platforms. And for me, guys, I was really excited about this particular company and platform for a couple of reasons, right? Let me give you a few key points on why Coach Young says, you know what, I think this is a go, right? Well, about 11 months ago, I was at a point where I knew people were looking for a shift. I knew people wanted something that was automated. Automation is really taking over right now. And I was looking for something that allowed me to share with some members so I knew they could win on a day-to-day basis, right? And this platform is a crypto hedge fund based out of Florida, right? That's number one. They're based in the United States. That's the key point number one. What I like about that is this: in the whole cryptocurrency space, you may or may not be familiar with cryptocurrency, but in the cryptocurrency space, you see a lot of companies out here that are fly-by-night type companies, right? And a lot of these companies are overseas. Nothing wrong with being overseas, but for me, is recourse in the United States, right? If something's not right, they're going to come knocking at your door. So I like the fact that they were, based in U.S. soil, right? I like the fact that these guys have been around over 3 years now. We started in June 2019, which puts us, a little bit over 3 years old. And what that means, guys, we've weathered every storm. If you understand cryptocurrency, there's a lot of ebbs and flows in the market. There's been a lot of ups and downs in the market, a lot of crypto winners, so to speak, that we've had to bypass. But guess what? This company has never missed a profitable Friday for their clients, right? Which is a great thing for me. Number three is they're their own MetaTrader platform. So if you want to trade the markets yourself, and trade Forex or cryptocurrency or even stocks, you can actually load that and trade on the MetaTrader platform, which heck, I'm trading right now, trading the NASDAQ, right? So I trade every single day myself. So if you want to do that, we're our own licensed broker that allows you to trade the market yourself. That was key point number three. Also, their company, the owners of their company have been really big in processing and Bitcoin ATM machines and things like that. And their parent company, SmartBit, was and NovaPay is actually our parent company, which is actually tied in and registered with FinCEN. If you don't know what FinCEN is, it's a financial intelligence unit for the United States Treasury. So that was key point number four that made a lot of sense to me. Remember, everything I'm going to say is going to make common sense to you, right? And also, I like the fact that in the past 3 years, they've had to weather so many different storms in the markets, and a lot of companies got knocked off the box. But here, Novatech is today running strong, just really knocking every other company out there out the park, simply because they're doing it the right way. Now, we have two main things you're going to like about this particular platform. If you want to trade the markets yourself, you can do that. That's pretty cool. But 99.9% of the people are more excited about having hands-free income. What that means is we have a PAM account. That's our crown jewel of our platform, something called a PAM account. If you don't know what a PAM account is, all that is people load their money in together. You have your own individual account. The company you paying with Bitcoin, Litecoin, or Ethereum. or USDT Tether. You have your own particular account, and they trade the markets and they share profits with you every single Friday. So it's total hands-free platform that allows you to, win. And again, 99, as a matter of fact, 100% of the people who are members actually profit every single week. And that's one thing I liked about it. Key point number 5, it's absolutely free. Drop a number 1 in the chat if you like free stuff. I just want to make sure I'm talking to the right people. Drop a number 1 in the chat if you're sick and tired of people charge you $500,000 to join companies and charge you $200 and $300 a month. Listen, guys, it's absolutely free to be able to part of this platform. So everyone on this call can afford free 99, right? So that's key point number 5, okay? Now, only thing our company charges you monthly is if you have an account with us is under 25K, they charge you $25 a month, which they take right out of your trading profits, right? So it's really basically totally free. And again, guys, the main thing about it, a couple of key components for me that makes me super excited, right? Number 1, it's totally free. Number 2, 100% of people win. Number 3, no one quits because it's literally no attrition. And that's a winning combination if you understand great business models, right? So let's kind of talk a little bit about our PAM account. Now, the reason why our company is rolling in dough like a baker's knuckles, right, is this. Let me tell you this, guys. What our company does is we have something called a PAM account, okay? And what happens when you guys get your report, your back office is gonna look just like this. You guys come down here under reports, performance reports. It can tell you everything that's taking place for our platforms. You can see not only a weekly schedule here of what's happening with us, but also a monthly. So let's kind of take a look at the weekly. You can see the ups and downs, ebbs and flows in the market, right? You can see all the ups, downs, spikes, et cetera, et cetera. But look at this 1 week here. We literally went from here all the way down to here. Like literally the bottom fell out. The reason why that's so important is this. I actually told some of our partners, say, listen, if we see a profitable week this week, then Novatech is just a blessed special platform, right? But guess what? That week at the stock market tank, crypto tank, the Dow tank, I mean, everything, basically it was blood in the streets. Well, we still had a 0.65% week. And I was so excited to see that 0.65 that I called my partners like, listen, guys, we have something, we got to share the blessing called Novatech. So you can see recovery in the market, ups and downs. Let's take a look at the monthly. February, 11.2%, March, 15.9, April, 11.5, May, 7.7, June, 16%, July, 13.1, August, 15.9, September, 6.2. So we're off to a great start in the month of September. So you can see, again, total transparency in everything we do. You can see September 16th, 3.08, the 9th, 3.1, the September 2nd, 3.26, August 26th, 3.01, 2.85 the week before that, 3.12. So everything here is for you to view as far as understanding the numbers. You get a good visual and put your mind at ease that we have a total transparent platform that allows you to win at a super high level. Now, why are these percentages so important, right? Because see, basically when you start your account with X amount of dollars, if you don't make any withdrawals on it, you can actually compound your profits. Now, if you don't know what compound interest is, guys, you definitely want to do your due diligence to understand what it is. It's really, to me, what I call the 8th wonder of the world. People say, why is that? Because most people, only the super wealthy people understand all these banker secrets of how to make money move at a lightning speed, right? Well, most of us are just taught, do me a favor, drop a number 1 in the chat. If anybody in your family ever told you to work, 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 and save your money, save your money, put your money in the bank, put your money in the bank. Everyone, I bet you everyone's parents or grandparents on this call probably said the same thing. Don't spend all your money, put it in the bank, save it. Well, if you're cool with getting 0.5% a year, if that, after working hard for your money, put it in the bank, and at the end of the year, they give you, a $5 check or something like that. If you're happy with that, then this call may not be for you. But if you want to think anew, remember, you can't, for one, you can't win big thinking small. For two, you can't think traditionally in a non-traditional space. See, the banks are what we call the traditional route, right? Put your money in your bank, they invested in life insurance, they invested in the stock market, et cetera, et cetera. And 9 times out of 10, it moves at a snail's pace. The problem is they're making a king's ransom on your money, and they give you a small piece of the rock at the end of the year. For me, that dog didn't bark. Now, when you talk about the non-traditional space, we're talking crypto. So it's not outlandish to think that we can get anywhere between 2 to 4% every single week, because I trade myself and do that many weeks, right? So it's not something outlandish, but historically speaking, you look at Bitcoin, people don't know this, but Bitcoin actually is the #1 investment that anyone could have made in the history of mankind. So it kind of tells you something special right there. So again, guys, that's why these numbers are so important. Now, what I want you guys to do is this. Tonight, I want you to come to this site. I don't know if one of our moderators can put the link in this chat here, but you want to go to this site tonight after I get off this call. You want to play around with some different numbers in your head, because if you're like me, when I first heard this information, I understood compound interest, right? And I understood that I need to find something to allow me to do it at a high level. So what this does is allow you to kind of key in a few numbers and see what X amount of dollars that I invest, what would it turn into in X amount of time, okay? So what you're going to do, guys, when you come to the calculator site, you're going to click on this compound interest tab. What we're going to do in this case scenario, I'm going to key in here. I'm going to just use $18,000 as a number, right? Okay. So 18,000, I'm going to use a smaller number. If you start, say for example, someone started with $5,000. Okay. We're going to make this interest rate 3% because we average between 2 to 4% per week. We're going to make this weekly. We're going to take this out 3 years, and we're going to make this weekly. So on recap, you're going to key in a number figure that you have here that you want to invest. You're going to make this interest rate 3%. You're going to make this weekly. You're going to make this weekly, and you can take this out as far as you want. Okay. And then you're going to come down here and hit calculate. Let's look at this, guys. In 36 months, $5,000 without making any withdrawals, if you just basically compounded your profits every single week, will turn into over $500,000, right? Do me a favor, guys. Drop a number 2 in the chat if that's pretty impressive. Drop a 2 in the chat if that's pretty impressive. You know why that's really impressive? Because 3 years is coming anyway. We're already right now going into October. And just yesterday, I mean, just seemed like yesterday we were popping bottles, you know, raising glasses of champagne, talking we're going to make more money, lose weight on January 1, right? Here we are going into October right now, right? So if you think about it, guys, the time waits for no one, but you have to get involved with something that allows you to have a brighter future, right? So let's look at this $5,000. Number one, you're going to love the fact you have full access to these funds anytime. Anytime someone tells you you have to wait, 18 months, 24 months to make a withdrawal, please run the other way. I'm telling you that from Coach Young and my experience. Run the other way when someone tells you that you have to, hold on to some money in a certain platform for 18 months or 24 months, right? Now you have full access to this money at any time, and you can make withdrawals anytime. So anything that comes out of your profit account with Novatech, you can make a withdrawal, comes within 24 to 48 hours. And anything that comes out of your trading account balance takes anywhere between 7 to 10 business days. Now, what I want you guys to do is this. Everyone tonight, this is what I like to call it the freedom number part. What is your freedom number is going to make you financially, secure, or just take a little bit of stress off your back? Let's get some crowd participation here. How much money would you need to make on a monthly basis and say, you know what? I feel good. I'm stress-free. I'm living my best life. What would that number be for you? Just throw some numbers in the chat. You kind of want to see the pulse of the people on the call. 8,000 a month, 20K, 7,000, 10,000, 4,000, right? Again, 6,000, 10,000. Okay, so everyone has already really pretty much has a number in mind on what's going to take for you to be, financially free, or just take some stress off of your back, right? So let's take a look at this, guys. Here, say for example, I'm gonna choose somebody. Say for example, if Maya, Maya says 6K. So Maya, all you would do is look at, okay, if I started with $5,000, how much would it take for me to make 6,000 a month? Well, let's come down here in this chart. Here, on your 18th month, you have about $50,000 in your trading account. And guess what, Maya? Guess what? That's 6,000 a month. Now, why is that? Because guess what? Every Friday they would take this 50,000, and this is your trading account balance. So they had a 3% week or 2% week, whatever, that goes into your bonus account. Now, whatever goes in your bonus account, you could withdraw this or add it to your trading account. So in this case, you're just cool with 6,000 a month. We're just going to withdraw this every Friday. So your trading account balance always remains as 50,000, which means you can withdraw that 1,500 per week, right? Just to live on, right? And that's one thing that's so important and so special about the Novatech experience, because you can kind of look on this chart and some people say, hey, I don't want to wait 18 months. Well, you can just put 50,000 in your trading account, right? And you can start there and your numbers here. Now, if you want to go bigger, I see some people say, Tamika say, I need to make 15K. Well, guess what, Tamika, in 24 months, between 24 to 25 months, with a little over 100K in your account, that puts you right there. So you can put together a strategy, whether starting with 5K and adding more money, or et cetera, do what you have to do to make sure you get there. So play around this calculator site tonight so you can see. Now, what I like to do here is kind of talk a little bit about some numbers, because on my, let me show you on my particular account. And again, when I show you guys this is just for demonstration purposes only. It's not to entice you or anything like that. I'm just showing you what's worked for me. And one thing that I've always been great at is I've always been a great information sharer, right? And for me, when I talk to people, number one, one thing I don't do, number one, is try to convince people to make money, right? That's one thing I don't do. Number two, I don't entertain skeptical people, because skeptical people generally stay broke, right? So when I'm showing you this is basically to show you, hey, this is what happened for me. I'm a very, 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 very successful free man in the land of the free, right? So when I tell you this, I'm telling you this from experience. And I'm telling you from a standpoint of, I've been doing this almost a year. So you can see every number was happening with my account. So here, guys, I'm gonna go down to my trading account, and I'm gonna show you every transaction on this particular account. And you can see if this excites you or not, right? So let's go down here, guys. I started October 11th of last year, October 11th. So October 11th, I put in $10,000, okay? $10,000, and you can see here, you can see 10,000 I put in here. Now this is on a Monday. By Friday, which is 4 days later, I had already made a $186 profit, right? So I was pretty excited about that, because in just a 4 days profit, I was able to do that. And then what happens, I put another $8,000 in. So I totally invested 18K on this account. So every Friday, let's kind of fast forward to every Friday here on in, right? So the 15th, I made 186, the 22nd, 429, the 29th, 650, the 5th, 700, the 12th, 700, the 19th, 650, the 26th, 700, the 3rd, 750, the 10th, 600, the 17th, 725, the 24th, 860, the 31st, 850, the 7th, 664, the 14th, 1000, the 21st, 1060, the 28th, 650, the 4th, 1080, 11th, 1167, 18th, 1301, 25th, 735, the 4th, 1312, the 12th, 1500, the 19th, 1654, the 25th, 1766, okay, the 8th, 1060, 15th, 1701, 22nd, 2298, 29th, 1973, the 7th, 2500, 14th, 1242, the 20th, 962, the 17th, 2222, the 24th, 2029, the 2nd, 3000, the 15th, 2640, 22nd, 1926, 29th, 2000, the 5th, 2000, the 13th, 3251, and you can see the 19th was 3237, and then September 3rd was 4086. So now look at where my account is, guys. My account is at 129,432. Do me a favor, guys. If that's pretty impressive in 11 months, drop a number 2 in the chat. Drop a number 2 in the chat. But that's really, really impressive to go from 18,000 in 18 months to 129,000. Right. Now, the reason why this is so important is this. Let me just put a disclaimer out here. What our company does, they say, you know what? Anyone who understands any type of business, products don't move themselves off the shelf. We'd all agree to that, right? There has to be some type of advertising, right, to draw customers to them, right? So what Novatech FX does, they say, hey, let's put this in the hands of Deshaun or Maya or Mr. and Mrs. Ford or Willie or Hart or Carolyn. Let's put it into the hand of our members who just love the Novatech experience, who love every Friday seeing the type of profits they're making. And let's have like a rewards program where we say, we'll pay you for bringing us customers. So they have a small affiliate platform that's really strong. So I do have some commissions chalked in here as well. So I just want to let you guys know that. But let's look at some sheer numbers, because there's an old philosopher you guys may be familiar with, Sean Carter, aka Jay-Z, says that men lie, women lie, numbers don't, right? So let's look at this, guys. 18,000. And let's look for our 11th month. So let's come out at 11 months. So 11 months, if I didn't make any withdrawals on my account, it's at 83,715. That's just if I just deposit 18,000, I didn't make any withdrawals whatsoever, it would be $83,000, right? Which is pretty strong, right? Well, you can see that my account's at 129. So you come down here and I'm already really, 6 months ahead, almost 6 months ahead by utilizing the platform, right? And utilizing this particular schedule, right? So these numbers are really, really awesome in itself. So we've already established with all the tools that people are impressed. Now, let me show you guys this. You're gonna be really blown away. Now, what I'm gonna do real quick, guys, is I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna share with you my withdrawals I've made on this account. Okay. Now, when you see this, you're gonna be really blown away because I'm showing you total transparency on what's happened with me and my particular account, right? So let's go down here, all the way down here to my timer call, damn it. I'm already down here, September 24th. Okay, so here, guys, let's look at all the withdrawals I've made on this account. September 24th, I withdrew 8102, okay, 3598, 9822, 3987, 9265, 3994, 8447, 7666, 3743, 7431, 1694, 2822, 1199, 5719, 1000, 5024, 5000, 5336, 2598, 2739, 3105, 7758, 1963, 5094, 2102, 3576, 2166, 3150, 2010, 1557, 444, 1722, 1843, 3372, 5000, 3268, 2732, 2633, 1710, 3045, 1518. And this is my first withdrawal I made, which was March 5th of last year. So guys, I haven't really added all this up lately, but I can tell you this right here is well over $150,000 I've withdrawn. So if you add this 150,000 to this 129, that puts me basically around 280,000 that my account would be. Now that's even more impressive. Drop a number 4 in the chat. If it just got gooder and gooder, drop a number 4 in the chat. Right? Now let's go to the calculator site. Again, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. So what happens, guys, because I have some commissions chalked in there, now my account, if you look at 280, that will put me way up here, 21 months, which would put me a whole year ahead of the game, which makes it with my commissions and also the 2 to 4% per week, I'm compounding really at around 6% per week. Let's go in and key in 6% right here, okay? If I key in 6%, you'd see that everything I'm telling you is all correct numbers. Let's come down here, 11 months, 6%, 289. Right on the money, right? So guys, let me tell you something. Novotech is giving you so much value right here because you know what? 100% of people win, right? You don't have to jump on training calls every 5 minutes. You have to teach people to set up trading accounts, all that stuff. All the person does is they make a deposit, right? And on Fridays, they click and see how much money they make. Doesn't get any easier than that, right? So what happens, guys, when you start, you could choose this couple packages here. I'm gonna show you how to enroll. You would just click on enrollment package. And then from here, you would choose how much money is you want to get started with. So say, for example, you want to choose a gold package, but you want to put in 7,000. All you do is click on enroll now. And then what we would do is key in 7,000 right here. We will write 7,000. We would key in add funds, okay? We would come down here to coin payments, hit terms and agreements, validate, upgrade, okay? And then all we would do here, guys, is scan this QR code that pops up. You can send it from the Coinbase, Cash App, whatever device you have, some of your cold storage wallets. You can scan this QR code, okay? And then many times it'll pop up the exact amount of BTC to send, or you just copy this long wallet address down here, paste it in your apparatus or your wallet that you have the money that you're sending it from. And then this is the exact amount of BTC you want to send. So if you were sending 7,500 and you say, you know what, I know it's gas fees, sending crypto, let me send 7,800 to cover gas fees. You're doing it wrong. Whatever they tell you right here, send this exact amount. This covers fees and everything. So this, you will copy this wallet address and send this. And then what happens in a few minutes, you'll see a big green pay sign that pops up. When you see a big green pay sign that pops up, you're all to the good. All you have to do basically now is wait till Fridays pop up and see what type of profits you made on the particular platform. Do me a favor, guys, to all the people who are actually on this call, who are participant already in Novatech FX, do me a favor, just this past Friday or this weekend, the income that you made from Novatech, just drop some numbers in the chat for our guests to see that everyone over here is winning. It doesn't matter if it's $5 or it's $1,000. Just kind of drop some numbers in the chat from your profits account or commissions, et cetera, et cetera. Look at these numbers, guys. Just everybody just light it up. These are our members who are just sharing with you all the money they've made this particular week. Okay. Now, for me, guys, what makes a lot of sense is working smarter, not harder. One thing you're going to learn from Coach is we always want to teach you to work smarter instead of harder. And you want to be in a position, guys, where your money actually does that for you. And you can actually be in a position where you can win at a super, super high level because you listen, apply, and learn, right? It's nothing like, what I call intelligence on ice. I want to work with people with ignorance on fire. People say, it makes a lot of sense. Let's rock and roll. Hey, Coach, I trust you. You've been a maven in this particular space for many, many years, and you had never steered anyone wrong. You got awesome integrity, and your work ethic is second to none. I want to be a benchmark to show you guys that you just follow the lead, right? Follow the lead of some of our members who are actually on the call. As a matter of fact, I got one of my good friends on the call. He's got an awesome testimony because Johnny has been working under my mentorship and me and my wife's mentorship for a few years now. And the great thing about him is he listens and he learns, right? And he applies. Listens, learns, and applies. Now he's leading a team, going over 500, 600 people, does the business really self-sufficiently. And he and his partner, Raimi, just like when I say getting the butter from the duck, they are winning. But hey, Johnny, tell everybody why Novatech for you. I know you had an accident. Kind of tell people that whole situation on why this platform is a godsend for many.
Oh, thank you, Coach. Thank you for your time. Appreciate you, man. Everybody, pay attention to this story because, I work for a big corporate company here in my city, and I got hurt on the job. I broke 3 ribs, bruised both hips, and 2 months later, I'm still feeling the effects. My legs are numb, my ribs are still broken. So I'm able to do half the things I was doing before, and I was very active with the community, with football, and a lot of things with kids and stuff. So the worst thing about this is that my corporation, the company that I've been giving my blood, sweat, and tears for, is not paying me a penny. And I got hurt on the job, and it's been 2 months. Novatech has been paying me, everybody. If you're new on this call, pay attention because Novatech is for real. I have so much passion for this and for Coach and Tamara, and we are at the right place at the right time. Let me share my story. I started February 7th. I put in $300. February 10th, I put in another $200. February 11th was my first Friday, or we call it Friday. I got $6.28 that day. I was excited. You know why? Because I'm a math guy. And I said, man, what's it going to look like when there's 5,000 or 50,000 or 500,000, right? Well, 7 months later, everybody, in my trading account, I have $42,000 in my trading account, and I've withdrawn 27,000, equaling close to 70 grand in 7 months. I became a senior executive in 2.5 months. And this has just been crazy exciting. And this lady right next to me, she is, her name is Irma Andrade, Aunty. And they call her Aunty. And Aunty, Lawrence put in, asked everybody, hey, what'd you make this weekend? Aunty made $2,800. She's 71 years old. And she's just been running with me. She's attached to my hip. We do everything together.
Let's hear from her. She's right there. Let's hear from her.
Right here.
Hey, share your testimony.
What's your testimony?
Oh, my testimony. I'm telling you, this was supposed to be for my husband. Johnny approached my husband 2 weeks and we saw it. And my husband ended up having a stroke. So it fell on me. My husband said, we're all in. When I showed him the site, the calculator, and he said, we're all in. So we're doing well. We already doubled our money in 7 months.
Yeah.
doubled, and we're flying. And I'm attached to Johnny, yes, because he's mentoring me, he's helping me. I couldn't even turn on a calculator by myself.
She couldn't turn on a computer.
I'm sorry. Yeah, and Johnny's been there helping me, and we've been listening into you and trying to do everything you say.
Hey, and listen, everybody, you know, what we have in front of us is an incredible leader. You know, Coach Lawrence, and it's going to be rough for me to say this, Coach, but Coach lost his mom today. Gang, he's here. He's here. So know and respect what you have in front of you, because him and Tamara, like he said, we've been following them for 3.5 years, 4 years, and brother, my heart goes out to you, bro.
Thanks for being there.
Thanks, man. I definitely appreciate that, man. You know, I've always led my life, and I don't want to sound cold, but I just make no excuses. When it comes to missions, there's no excuses, right? So, and again, I know, not putting it out there, but I know she'd want me to continue doing what I'm doing. So thanks
Yes,
for all the calls and everything today. But hey, man, your story is incredible. And I look forward to hearing, you know, more from stories in the team like that, man. I love you to death, man. There ain't nothing you can do about it.
Love you too, brother.
Next thing I want to bring on, she's been rocking with us, and her story is just as, you know, just like Johnny's. I mean, she's been doing it well, and you know, one thing I love about her is she's always very, very number one, coachable. Number two, self-sufficient, and number three, makes literally no excuses, right? And she's epitome of success, right? And you know, Shamika's out here, single mom. You know, let her share a story. Thanks so much, Shamika, for everything you do for the team and serve and everything. And I'm so super happy about your success as well, too.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you for, you know, just even desiring just to help people like us, you know. Family, real talk. I saw people like Coach and people like Mr. Johnny, and I'm like, man, could this be the thing that's for me? And thank God that one of my mentors, also Tammy Washington DeCension, thank God she thought enough to tell me about the opportunity, because, you know, I worked as a paramedic in the medical field for 12 years, which means 12-hour shifts. But if someone called 911 and you're the closest unit, then it's a 14-hour shift. It's a 16-hour shift. And unfortunately, it was happening back to back. So I would miss the basketball games, the football games. You know, I'd miss helping kids, you know, with homework and stuff, right? I'd miss all of those things because I was trying to provide a life for my children, one that they could be proud of, one that I could be proud of. But I was struggling. Like, I was seriously struggling. You know, I learned from Uncle Sam that if I worked 2 shifts, I might as well only work 1, because they were taking the second shift away in taxes. And I learned that real quick, right? I learned that real quick. But the thing is, I wanted for my kids to be successful. You know, I wanted them to have the things that, you know, I definitely believe they should have. And so when Tammy brought this to me, I'm like, okay. And look, I'm like, God, look, I've been asking for stuff. You know, I don't want to close my eyes to the opportunity. So I have to work smarter, not harder, like Coach was talking about. I have to work smarter, not harder. Family, I came in with $99. Now understand, that was not my freedom number, but I knew, my dad tells me all the time, listen, you get yourself close to the fire enough, you're going to warm up after a while. You know, and that's what it was. I was like, okay, I could put the 99 in. Now they told me if I tell people about it, I can actually make a little more money, because, you know, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna tell a few people about it. I turned $99 into $300 in like 3 weeks. And I'm like, okay, let me take it all out. Let me check. And so I took it all out, and I was like, oh, they gave it back. So I put another 99 in. And then after that, I just started telling as many people as possible. Family, I've been in for about 8 months now. I think now I've reached 23, almost $24,000 in the almost 8 months that I've been in. I've took it from $99 to $23,000. And that's why I'm saying it can happen for anybody. I tell people all the time, I don't have to tell anybody, and I'm still going to make money. Understand that I'm still going to make money. This week we went to Atlanta. So, you know, because we had the event and there was a lot of stuff going on. I really didn't get to talk to anybody about it. I still made $1,200 not doing anything, you know? And so that's why I'm telling you, it can happen for anyone, for single moms, for single dads. You're trying to figure out how you're going to do this. I have people on my team where she was like, I had planned on retiring in 5 years. She came in, actually closed her 401k out, came into Novatech with it. And now her first month, she made $20,000. Her second month, she made $30,000. When I tell you, she told me, Shamika, because of this opportunity, she kept thanking me over and over. She's like, because of this opportunity, now I'll be able to retire this year. And it's all because of, thank God, it's all because of this platform that he's placed in there for us. So just to let you know, guys, like, it can work for anyone. It doesn't matter what background you have. It can work for anyone. You just have to put your foot in the game. Thank you, Coach.
Excellent, excellent. Well, hey, we got the lady of the hour here too. Miss Tammy Washington de Saint-Sion, your friend and person who shared Novatech with you. Tammy, tell us what Novatech has done for you, and then we'll get to some questions and answers.
Oh my God, Coach, thank you so much. Lumatech really, really changed my life, actually. It was an answered prayer for me. I was looking for a way, I was trading and had a team of traders, and we were really looking for a way where we could get consistent profits every week. The market goes up and down, and people were winning, but people were losing, And so for me, being able to learn about this platform and to consistently every single week to get a paycheck completely passively has been everything for me. Before I got into this space, I was working in corporate America, and I had a dream of being able to move abroad. And so for me, learning about passive income, learning about investing, learning about the markets, this was really my way out so that I could live abroad. And so I've been living now in Punta Cana for the last 3 years, and all of my income is now passive. And for me, that is everything. And so I'm just so grateful for you, Coach. I'm so grateful for your beautiful wife. I'm so grateful for this amazing community that you guys have created, because without it, like, literally, I would not be able to do the things that I can do. I would not be able to live the lifestyle that I can live, living abroad and taking care of myself, my family. And I'm just super, super grateful for. So anybody, you're thinking about it, at least try, at least give it a try, because I promise you, you will not be disappointed.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Tammy and Shamika, for your awesome leadership there, guys. So, guys, we do this presentation. It's not a hard sell. I mean, everything I said today made common sense to you. Matter of fact, do me a favor. Everyone who's a guest on the call right now, if everything I did today made sense, you say, you know what, Lawrence, everything you said was awesome, and I can't wait to get started. If that's you, drop a number 5 in the chat. If you say, I'm ready to get started with you guys, drop a number 5 in the chat. Let's see how many 5s we can get. We got 126 people on the call. Let's see how many 5s we can get on the chat for people say, you know what, I'm ready to get started. Not now, but right now, right? Good, good, good. I want to welcome all the people who said, you know what, I'm ready to take, people are ready to take Novatech by storm right now. So definitely want to welcome you to the Novatech family. Also, I'll do this call every Monday night at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Feel free to plug some people in this call. I'll do my best to serve you guys with great facts and great energy. So this point in the presentation, we like to get, some questions and answers. I'm gonna allow you guys to only unmute yourself if you have a question, and or put a question in the chat, and I'll be sure to answer any question you guys may have. Okay, just feel free to unmute your microphone, and I'll do what I can to answer your questions before we jump on. Unmute your microphone or type a question in the chat. I know I'm good, but I'm not that good. Somebody got a question. Feel free to type a question and or unmute yourself. No questions? What is the age limit? 18. What's the age limit to sign up? 18 years old. 18 years old.
You have one more question above that, Coach. How many accounts can you have?
1 account per person. During this time, thanks for all the prayers. I appreciate it. Coach saying prayer. If you, any questions on the platform in the chat? Trust me, Coach, you're gonna be fine. Any questions in the chat? Or unmute yourself.
I have a question.
Hey, how you doing, man?
How are you? Good evening.
I'm awesome.
So you reinvest 100% of your bonus every Friday?
That's up to you. You can invest, you can reinvest partial of it. It's up to you. However much you want to. Say, for example, you made $500 for the week. If you want to reinvest 300, you can do that, and we'll draw the other 2. It's up to you. However you want to do it. They do have an automation. They are working on a pilot on making it where it's all hands-free, whereas if you just want to press a button and set it on automatic redeposit on Fridays, they're doing that. But otherwise, right now, you log into the website on Fridays and Takes no more than just a few minutes at a time. And, click 4 or 5 buttons and you're done. It's pretty simple.
And I saw the packages, just one more question. I saw the packages, so it doesn't matter what size package, you just reinvest every Friday when you make money?
Yeah. The minimum is $100. Then you can always add more money, redeposit more money. It's up, however you want to do. You can have money every day if you choose to. Mhm.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Can you address the MT4 and MT5? Yeah, Keisha, that doesn't really apply to Novatech because you don't see the trades on your MetaTrader 5 anyways. But basically the whole MetaTrader 5, MetaTrader 4 thing was a Russian app. It only affects iOS customers, Apple customers, but you can actually have a Android or desktop version and still access it. So it really is no non-effect whatsoever, you ask me. Can you have a personal account separate with the business account? No. You have to have, because in your business account, you're still the CEO of that business account, right? So you can't double dip that way. So one account per person. Can you explain how we profit from bringing others in? I'll suggest you get with whoever put you on the call, and they can kind of go over a little bit of the affiliate platform that we have. Tonight, I pretty much just talk about the investment side of what we do. Or you can go to YouTube and key in Novatech compensation plan, et cetera, et cetera. Can you explain how we profit? How would I help relatives living in Texas get started with Nova? Shirley, whoever put you on the call, there's a couple different ways we do this, but there are ways to get around those states: Texas, South Carolina, Montana, Alaska, and Hawaii are on a kind of like a banned list. Just like I live in Detroit, and there's no Wells Fargo banks here. Every state has certain regulations. But all you gotta do is use a different address, friend or family, and then create a LLC from a neighboring state and get it changed at a later date. It's pretty simple. Any other questions, guys, before we close out our call? Any other questions? Any other questions? Unmute yourself or type it in the chat. Was there a waiting period to turn your coins back to cash on Coinbase? Basically, what? Well, Tamika, if you have money, if you send money from your Novatech account, you make a withdrawal, and you choose to send it to Coinbase, once you send that money to Coinbase, all you have to do is have your bank account attached to Coinbase and just request a cash out. It's very simple, just like PayPal. It's no different. Any other questions, guys? Feel free to unmute yourself, or I see Patrick, you unmute your mic. You have a question? Guess not.
Hey, Coach.
Yes.
Hey, quick question about the setting it up as a business account. So I know you said earlier last week that you said you can set your account up as a business account. So far as that goes, I understand that, but do you set your Coinbase or your wallet, do you set that up as a business account also?
Your Coinbase or wallet makes no bearing on Novatech whatsoever. That's all exterior stuff.
Okay, all right.
Makes no bearing on that. Because when you send crypto, it's just letters and numbers. Letters and numbers doesn't represent, LawrenceYoung.com or, it doesn't represent LLCs, you know what I mean? It's just numbers, it's just a wallet address, that's all.
Okay, all right. So when you send that from your Coinbase or whatever wallet you have to your bank account as cash, are you going to get taxed on it then?
Yes, anything you turn into fiat, there will be some type of taxation. I'm not a tax attorney. What I would suggest you do is kind of do your own due diligence or research on crypto, understand the pros and cons of what to do with taxation, et cetera, et cetera. Just become educated. You can't get involved with things and making money and not know everything about how your money, is going to be taxed and things like that. Just like you get a regular business and you're getting paid in US dollars, there's loopholes and LLCs and businesses and things you can do to avoid paying as much taxes. So you just got to get educated. And again, today's times, all you gotta do is go to YouTube and write in anything you want to know. How do I get taxed on crypto? Whole plethora of information. So today's times, literally no excuse why a person can't learn anything they want to learn. Heck, I built a whole third floor myself doing work, and all I did is watch YouTube, and I'm the most unhandy cat on the planet. So anything that you want to learn, you can learn. Just go to YouTube, just key in the question.
All right, thanks, Coach.
If you have a personal account and want to switch to a business, all you do, Keisha, is you have a personal account, and say, for example, a month later you get a LLC. All you do is email compliance@novatechfx.com, send the necessary paperwork to prove that you are the CEO, all the articles, And then what they'll do is, it probably takes a while. When I did mine, I'll start off in my name first, and I switch it to Residual Pro LLC, my company. And then it took, I want to say it took about 3 weeks, something like that, to get it a response and get it switched over. But it's a very simple process. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions before we tap out?